And we are live. Hello, morphemes, phonemes, and graphemes. And welcome back to the final office hours of the year. God, it's been a year. Oh God, it's my turn to choose a word today, isn't it? I just realized. Um, I'm gonna choose the word fight. Okay, at least it gave us one thing. Yay. Okay, so fight. Then there's a T, no I. A, no, it can't be atrium. Um, atoms. Let's do atoms. Nope, still not atoms either. Oof. Um, denti? That's not a word. I'll just say dental, but um, burnt. Nope, burnt doesn't work. Final T. Um, I feel like it's gonna be something that. Ah, the ad. Sorry about that. Um, all I'm thinking are words like this, which I don't think it's gonna be words like this. Could be 10. That's not a word. No, that's not a word. It's definitely not a word. Let me do deter first to see if there's any. Okay, there's a T and an R. Trump? I already did the M. There we go. That is not my proudest one yet, I will admit. Oh, I already chose a word. Oh, I chose flesh earlier today, which actually would have been an even worse one to start with. That would have been nothing right. God damn. Okay. So an ear and a foot, a head, and okay, so it's not body parts, I don't believe. A year, a clock. Zodiac is for telling time. To wave, to flap, to blow, to sway. Those are all things that happen in the wind. To blow in the wind, to flap in the wind, to wave in the wind, to sway in the wind. Let me see if I can get them all together. Oh, that's close. Oh, I could have just left it in the corner like that. I just want to get them together and out of the way. I'm going to give up trying to do that. That is fair. I have no idea what my schedule is for the next 2 years. Like, I kid you not. I am. Unless you tell me like a month in advance, then I'm never going to be able to give you any time. Unfortunately. Okay. So this is keep, store, hold, to house. So that's definitely a combination. That's, yeah, contain. Year, clock, zodiac are like timekeeping. Wave, blow, sway, flap are like describe move in the wind. So to spear, to head, to foot, to clock. No, not foot. Okay. This is probably going to give me a bit of trouble. So, oh, there's 12 there. So 12 zodiacs. 12 months to a year. Things made up of 12. Things are divided into 12 segments. And then here's spearhead bulb. Vegetable units. And look at that. I am doing peachy keen. They also updated the YouTube live thing, and it's has a bunch of, like, I can add I can create a highlight video. I could also start a break. I could delay ads, and I can insert ads. Were those things always there, just not really easily accessible? No idea. Okay, and then the pips. Okay, let me just slowly scroll. There we go. So that's be less than 2 and then a 10. I feel like that's gonna be a 4 or the 6 here. And then there's a 6 up here as well. I think it's gonna be something like this, yeah. Easy. Play another difficulty. Play. Less than 3, more than 3, 10, 2, 8, 6, 9, 7. Okay, so that has to be a 2 and a 0 or 2 1s. I feel like it's gonna be 2 1s. And if you do something like, nope, other way around. Like that, nope, that can't work. But this can, 6 into 4. And that needs to be a 5 and a 9. So if we do stuff like that, yeah, 0 is less than 3. 3 plus 6 is 9. That's 8. That's 2. That's 10. That needs to be 6. So you do it like that. And voila. I haven't read the document yet. I just saw that you were planning it. I'm gonna look at it more later. I was just getting ready for the stream. I was also walking home when you sent it, I think. Check what time did you send it? Yeah, no, I was getting ready for the stream. Okay. So, this here has to be either ones or twos. Because one of these has to go back here in order to add anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is definitely the ones. And then the twos go, two goes there. The other one goes down here, which means that the 5 has to go here. I think this is going to be the zeros. And something like that. And then the one other 0 has to go up. That goes there. And the other 2 has to go in this direction. So that has to be a 4 because those have to disagree. So that means this has to be that. And then flip this around for a 4. God damn, I am flying through these today. That's because I have no viewers or Kate to distract me. Okay, and then I think that, yeah, that's it for that. So, time to do the flashback. I've rearranged my desk recently and I'm trying to get it like all situated in a way that's comfortable. And the main problem is the keyboard and the mouse. I have a mouse pad, but it goes on top of my computer thing where I put my laptop. Because of that, it shifts the keyboard over, which makes an uncomfortable writing experience. Anyway. Oh my god. Is that really making it easy for us? We didn't halt all car traffic for 10 minutes. Goal to which switch everyone from driving on the left side of the road to the right. It works. God damn. Emperor Augustus creates the Golden Milestone. That's obviously well before Sweden even exists. Japanese inventor Akihiro Yokoi realizes people don't like leaving their cats and dogs behind when they travel, so he makes a portable pet, the Tamagotchi. Some of the first evidence of holy human use. Oh, that's going to be 1 million years ago. David Mancuso, behind on rent in New York, starts hosting dance parties to make money. He uses a mirrored orbis lighting, which helps popularize the disco ball. Is that true? I mean, disco is Nope, it's 70s. A US soldier rescues a hungry puppy called Rin Tin Tin on a battlefield. The dog will become a movie star at a studio run by 4 siblings, the Warner Brothers. That is World War One. Texas rancher refuses to control his cattle, letting them roam free. His name becomes a new word for a rebel. Samuel Maverick. 1847. Damn. Oh, that is really. Huh. Oh no, that makes sense. I was for some reason thinking this was a much earlier event. Whoops. Lingual. M. Oh, what am I doing? What? But I. Why didn't this reset? What? Firefox. You have work in 15 minutes. Good for you. I am still unemployed. AKA a graduate student. Okay, Langle. Wait, is it... Have they not changed since last... No, they had to. This is definitely Portuguese. I don't know why I guess Spanish. I just saw this part and just went assumed. All Mensch kennt frei, amat der selve Dignität. Oh god, that is. No, not French, not Farsi, not Afrikaans. Oh, actually, I don't think it's Afrikaans. Yeah, no. Um, it's definitely Germanic. I can tell you that. Not Danish, not Dutch, not German. Definitely not Icelandic. Latvian, Lithuanian, Luxembourgish. Luxembourgish. There we go. Well, I don't think I make enough money to actually qualify that as an occupation. It's more of a hobby at this point in time. If I could live off of it, even not even comfortably, just like it makes enough that I can feed myself and house myself, then I would consider myself a YouTuber. My hair is so oily. I need to shower. Yeah. That is fair. That is very fair. Okay. Um. Greenlandic? I don't think it's Greenlandic, but I'm. Yeah, no. Is it closer to the equator? Okay. So it's farther south than the equator. Oh God. Quechua. Let's see, is it close? Is it in like South? It is in South America. Damn it. I really do not know these languages down here. I'm sorry. In Peru, it is also known as Amawaka, Amawako, Ameu. Okay, that is a Panoan language that's believed to be closely related to. Oof, that is highly endangered. Like, highly endangered. Okay, then. So that's all of the games, I do believe. Oh, I see. So you create a conlang in the time, and then you create a translation, and then you send it forward, is what you're saying. That is an interesting... That is kind of interesting. But, yeah, so that's that. It didn't even take 20 minutes and I'm already through with all of my games. Actually, spelling bee, isn't it? Yeah. I did this one last time, I think, but I don't know. I want music, not new life. That's why you get 5 days. That's fair. Oh, God, I can already tell you I am not going to get any of these. Never mind, I got one. I can't do language, unfortunately. Wait. So I can rest my hand on the. There's really no way for me to get comfortable with this. I need to move my computer over there. That way I can have more. I have to change my entire setup. There's longer. Oh, those long. Oh, there's no E. Damn it. Plan. Nope, not a word. Jail. Nope. Yeah, no, I'm just going to be showing my stupidity in front of you guys if I continue doing that, so I will not. The world. Planet Earth is blue. So let's instead open up to any questions. Which I don't think I'm going to be getting any questions because I'm pretty sure my only viewer at this point in time is Sawin. Languages, Korean, or let me see. I think I have some, and I actually prepare the Japanese words from Yuki Onna, which I think I've already done. I just need to. Do I just need to do the kanji? Yeah, I just need to do the kanji. Nope, I also need to do this part down here. Oh, did I? Hmm. Ikinari. Do I have Ikinari? No, I don't. Okay, I need to actually fix my stuff because that's for a school assignment. But I almost forgot to include these parts. All of their nice little meanings. So kishi is a riverbank. Zoglin. I highly doubt it would have accepted Zoglin as a word. Kishi, bank, coast, shore. That's Meishi. Koya. Koya is a small hut. So we need to have that. Apparently it's a different reading. Oh, right. It's the reading of when it comes. It's rendaku. See, I don't need to have that as a separate suffix. So, but except this is terakoya. Right, mission set Sendo Goya. Boatman's hut. So where's Sendo? Okay, yeah, it's right there. Dictionaries. I don't know. I haven't looked at it yet. So I can't tell you anything about it. Okay, so it says here that Ngoya is Goya is used, yeah, Yamagoya, Umagoya, Inugoya, Semonogoya. Okay, so it's hut shack. And this is an affix. Goya. Maru maru. Setsu niji suffix. Itsu no aida ni ka. Sometime before one knew it. Itsu no ai. Itsumani ka. Itsunomani ka. At some point. When, at what point? Itsunoma ni. I already have. So, yeah. So at some point. That's adverb. See you, Thoughton. Yes, next year it'll be a full month until I'm back. Maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit shorter. I do not know. But mau, to dance, to flutter. Heiße Schokolade? Dankeschön.
It's squirty cream. I already have squirty cream. You gotta tell Kate my name. Is Kate on with you?
No, because she's.
Oh,
yeah.
So you showed off all your cool little
Oh no, not yet. I was going to show it right before I ended the stream. Though nobody's here. My only viewer just left.
Oh, I appeared?
No, they had work.
Is it different time zone?
Partly, yeah. But it's also I've like never really had. It depends, especially for this one. And my viewership goes up when Kate is here because it's a lot easier to be interactive when there's someone there to interact with.
We're about to start the movie.
Okay, I'll be there in like 30 minutes.
Okay.
Love ya. Sister brought me hot chocolate. I like. Okay. To dance about Mao. It's yeah. Oh, it's rising or falling. I think I'm gonna do it flat because usually the top one is the most popular pronunciation. That's a dosha. Jidoshi, that's a verb, not a car. Oh. Okay, so komu. Auxiliary verb to go into, to put into, to remain. Where, in what context is this? So I have it for furikomu, to transfer, which would go to put into or to continue in the same state. There's also ochikomu and maikomu. So to go into, to put into, to remain, to be plunged into, to do intently. Which meaning is it though in this case? Will the dictionary have any shedding lights? No, it will not. Doesn't even have the showing emphasis, sometimes negative, violent, often the sense of enter or fill, as in nejikomu, to screw in, jam in. Okay. So in that case, it's going to be something like into. To go into. Alright, this is a conjugation. I need to add that there. So, maru, maru. Okay. Just need to change those circles. There we go. And then let's show the pitch accent here. No, it will not. Komu. So maybe we can figure it out through looking at compounds like my komu, where it is the first one, and then ochi komu to become depressed. It is it stays high there. And then what's the other one? That was komu. Furikomu. Furikomu is okay, so it's gonna be falling then, generally. Okay. I just realized I started this year with hot chocolate on stream, and now I'm ending the year with hot chocolate on stream. setsuji. That's not an actual class of verbs in Japanese. I just don't know what to call light verbs at all. So yeah, I'm going to be doing that. Okay, then kakeru. Another light verb, auxiliary verb. To be partway doing some. To be partway doing, to begin but not complete, to be about to. Oh, I think I know. To go out. To perm. To blow upon, to breathe upon, to address, start conversation. Wasn't there also? I think there was actually another. Uri. I think I also saw. No, that's Odiru. There's one that said it was like start. Oh, furidasu, to begin, to precipitate. Which, yep, there we go. So the other meanings of kakeru. I'll just type it out again. So yeah, it's this one then. So like to address someone, to direct, to to address, direct. And does this one have compounds? No, it does not. Nashikakeru. Nashikakeru. Okay, so it seems like it's what's kakeru. Heat, to blow upon. Kakeru. Okay, so it seems like this one's also gonna have the pitch accent non-flat. And then dasu is to start, to begin, to start, to burst into. Which is kind of, we get rid of, because they're not verbs, they're auxiliary verbs at best. Which, no, they wouldn't be considered jodoshi, I don't think. Hojodoshi. A free Japanese verb that can be grammaticalized by being attached to an inflectional form of another verb. Nope, that's. I guess that kind of works. See, do the dictionary say anything about it actually? And just realized I never actually checked the dictionaries about this. Kakeru. So kakeru. Transitive, low, or monograde. No, it's a wee bit much. Okay, so I think that's the definition we're looking at. God, this is so finicky. Okay, so there we go. 動詞連用形プラス単の形で設備語的に Okay, so it does not seem like this dictionary classifies it as it's just a synonym for Setsubishi. What about the other dictionary I have? Kakeru. Kakeru. Again, transitive lower over here. Kakeru. It doesn't classify it as anything, it seems like. And I have no idea what this is saying. At all. Okay. Ah, coin. And okay, so it's basically saying something that's used in the coinage of new words. Specifically, it comes at the end of new words to give them their meaning. That makes sense. Except it doesn't really tell me if there's a name for this. Like at all. So for now, I'm just going to call him Do Setsuji. Because why the hell not? Affix. Wait, no. Adverbs go down there. What did I have for this again? Okay, so Setsubiji goes there. Do Setsuji, I set. I need to clean this up so much. After verbs in general, got it. So yeah, that's all set. And then this word, which is sugata. Figure, form, shape, appearance, dress, guise, state, condition, picture, image. I think in this case, I need to look at the specific wordage that is being used. Sungata. Oh god, where is Sungata?しばらくすると、ミノキチはあまりに寒いので目を覚ましました。小屋の戸が開けっぱなしになっていて、雪が小屋の中に舞い込んでいたのです。ミノキチはとっさに模索の方を見ました。すると、そこには真っ白い着物を着た女がいました。その女が模索の顔へ白い息を吹きかけると、模索の顔も手もどんどん、どんどん白くなっていきました。ミノキチは驚いて声を出そうとしました。すると、 I think I remember it being near the end. Nope, okay. Where is this? Ah, there you go, found it. 女はそう言って声を出て、吹雪の中へ姿を消しました。So, figure, form. It's, yeah. Okay, it's up there. So, figure, form, 姿. Where else do I have sungata? Oh, it's because Google Sheets is stupid and can't read that without highlighting it. Ketsu means erase. Okay. I don't need that there. Ushinao, to lose, to miss. Ko- しかし、ように詰まって、みのきちはその場で気を失ってしまいました。This is part of a phrase, to lose conscious. Got it. So, to lose. I wonder if there's a difference between ushinau and nosaku. What's nasoku? Naksu. 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 Okay. Ushinau. It's ushinau. It's a flat pitch accent. And it's transitive. So that is a tadoshi. Put that right there. Kinodoku. There we go. Pitiful, unfortunate, poor, miserable, wretched, unpardonable. Why is this down? Oh, okay. Pitiful, unfortunate. Kinodoku. God damn it. There we go. And then doku is poison. It's a na adjective. Kinodoku na. yoshi, meishi, adjective, noun, and then yaburu. So where else do I have yaburu? To break, beat. Why is this one down here then? I've already have it. Okay. God damn, it's so finicky. Okay, and then let me bring nouns up. Why is my mouse acting up so bad? Boku isn't secretly a suited verb, is it? No. Shit, that one goes. Except, I think I have it now. Where the pseudoverbs. Have I not done that yet? I think my flashcards have changed where pseudoverbs are part of the thing. Is my thing dying? Or is it just Google Sheets being bad? Okosuru. Okay, and then I can get rid of this one here. Go up there, drop that off. This actually goes after the rentaishi, the the adnominals. This should go just at the end of the verbs. That goes there, and that goes there. This also goes at the end of the verbs. No, I'll put them closer to the actual verbs. And grab those notes. And then this will just go. Actually, let me put this one closer too. And with that, Suzy, that's easy. That is all of the Yuki Onna vocab, which is 79 new words. Good God. Oh, hey, next. Yeah, hello. Sorry, I had the chat covered by something. I don't know how long you guys have been there for. That's on me. Uh, yes, so office hours is I do random linguistic things. Just like either it's personal stuff or things people ask me. Uh, it's also meant for like people to ask questions, like linguistic related questions, and I can go off and research them. But yeah, most of my viewers already know a lot about linguistics, so they usually just watch me faff about with language stuff. How long have you been there for? Because there aren't any timestamps. That's damn good hot chocolate. Okay. So next up is the figuring out all the new kanji I need to add as well. I don't think there's any new kanji here that I need to add. No, just hiragana. So I grab this, copy. This should be for T 2987. 987. Hey, cat! Yeah, I'm gonna be taking a break for the holidays after this one. One sec, let me move my microphone closer. Because I'm actually gonna, in like 4 minutes, I need to start talking quieter so I don't disturb my flatmate who studies just behind the wall here. I want to be quiet for them around 11 so that they can study for their final exams. Can you guys still hear me all right? I can also turn this up a bit more. This also should be a thing back here that makes it so that it picks up more audio in general. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. No. Yes. It's all the way up. But yes, after this stream, because I am flying back to the US next Wednesday, I figured I would make this the last stream of the year, leave my streaming stuff behind so I don't have to travel with it. That's the exact joke I make when I play on the Forever World with Kate and past 11. Welcome back to 4 ASMR. I hate this concept. Mouth sounds are the worst. Honestly, though, I hate the concept of ASMR so much. Oh, that's a lot of new kanji, actually. That is. This is going to be fun. Actually, some of them are going to be repeats, I'm pretty sure. Yep, there's one repeat. Actually, let me get rid of this so I can clear up some of the lag on my thing. I'm assuming JD Crozier or whatever his name was. Yeah, JD Crozier has left the chat. Probably a good thing, because my god, ASMR is the worst. Okay, those are all. If you're wondering why, even when I see things that have already been confirmed to be added to the list, I still add them and then, or separate them and then move them, is because it's a double checking technique I've developed after missing quite a few kanji at one point. And so what it does is it helps me actually make sure that the kanji I haven't learned yet are actually added to the list. It's a bit more work, but that's 23 kanji. That's 23 kanji I have to add to the stroke orders I have to make now. Well, that's not too bad, actually. Especially since some of these are like bo or kosuri? Kozuri? I don't know what the ko uh, yeah, it is. It is unfortunately very late. It is currently 11:02 where I am. Hey, that means it's midnight, Cat. How are you still awake? Kori. Thank you. That's what it is. Kori. 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 Okay. Because I had to start late, I will go till 11:30. Just so I can continue talking with y'all. So big. Wood cutting lumberjack tree. Before I forget, I was reminded by my sister that she wanted me to show you guys all the fancy things she got for Koiro. Grogi. So she got these little skis for my fish that just kind of sit outside. I can't see if that's actually being shown because there's a delay. Let me switch to the OBS. There we go. It's like these little skis. Very cute. She also got Kurogi. This little thing, which was actually a little switch in it, which makes the cats purr, and it's terrifying. Why do you... Because Kurogi loves to live the fast life. My sister also got me this little cat on a Roomba, which actually moves. And there's this little thing in here that will every now and then come down and make the Roomba turn into a different direction. And yeah, those are the things my sister got me. Oh, that was loud. Keyboard, there we go. There we go. So this is wood cutter lumber jack. And it has the tree radical. Let me grab that. This one is observance offer presence. Observance offer. and its radical is big. Is there anything with big recently? No, not that I can see. Japanese most code. Oh, yeah, here we go. Big. Just grab that and then drag that down. Oh. Then come back here and re-highlight and paste that. And then this is river. Yes, river. Which I can see the radicals there. And then next three kanji. I need my music. Now, what song do I want to listen to? Love Like Fools. Yeah, so there's not a key for every kanji. So there are a couple methods. Well, really two methods, which there's the Ramaji form and then there's the Kana form. So the way both of these work, let's me show keyboard viewer. Why are you being so slow today? Okay, so yeah, so if we go to the Japanese Romaji, we can see that its layout is just like the English keyboard. But every time, what happens is when you type, it goes through something called an IME, or Input Method Editor. So let's say I type kon. Notice how I type KO, and then I hit N twice to make the kon. And that becomes ni, ti, wa. And then you hit space, and you can choose from a list of things related to konnichiwa. So like konnichi, today. If I wanted to just select kon, I could select this kanji or this kanji or this kanji, and then this one also has its own combinations. And so basically, the input method editor takes the transcription and converts it to, and then you can convert that into the various kanji and whatnot. There's a giant database of the various words and whatnot and what readings they have. And then the kana layout. Yeah, very similar. I'm assuming. I don't know what your uniform keyboard is like, but this is the most common way it works for Japanese and Chinese. Plus, there's a few other ones as well. Then the kana keyboard is just all the kana laid out on the keyboard. I actually have a physical Mac kana keyboard at home that I use every now and then. And it's much better because with a US keyboard, it's basically a hassle, a pain to type he, because it's all the way over here. But this one offers some advantages in that it's less keystrokes. So it's just one character, one stroke for each kana. So like sushi. That's kashi. Sushi. There we go. Or then to get the small kana, you have to hit shift and then the small kana. Or you can just type with big kana and then it will usually... Oh, maybe not anymore. It used to be that it would register the small kana as big kana. Like big kana is small kana. Yeah, but that's the method for Japanese. I'm trying to learn conversational. Yeah, there's one problem. How are you going to practice conversational Sumerian when there's nobody to converse with? Also, if you were wondering what it's like for typing hanja, the way that works is Korean. You just type it and it inserts it into boxes, and then you hit. Oh, why is the editor all the way over there? You hit Option Enter on Mac, and then you can choose the Chinese character corresponding to the reading. Just in case you were wondering. Ice Hail. Isn't it? Actually, there's quite a few funky ones as well, especially on Mac. So, like, let me see if I can remember some of them. For... Is it Ainu? I think it's... Oh, God. Oh, maybe that actually broke it. One sec. I have it so that my caps lock key pressed. Where's the... I have it so that my caps lock key switches input. But that actually messes with some of the keyboards. Maybe not anymore. Yeah, there's... Oh, wait, no, I think it was... Maybe not Cherokee. There was a language where for some reason when you would hit the caps lock key, it would take you to the script for that language. Custom emoji can switch my Japanese IME so I can type. I need to figure out how to add custom IME input for Japanese, because you can add custom ones. But I haven't had much luck. There is also... Okay, why the... What the hell is going on? I 100% blame the new macOS update for this. Because my god, yeah, no, I can't show you that then. You used to be able to add custom Hanja, Hangul to Hanja conversions, but I can't even select the option. because the latest Mac OS update is shit. Fascinating. Needle pin. Is it meant to turn off the IME? Or is that just like an accident? Like me. Okay, next. Hazy blurred. I'm just gonna say it's haze and blur. And then it's rain. Do I see rain up here? No, I do not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, that's 8. Okay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The rain's gonna be there. It is. And then figure form shape. Yeah, it just uses these seriological transcription letters, so it's weird. Huh. Fascinating. There's a version of the Chinese keyboard, I think, where you could write subscript letters for tones. I does believe at one point there was such a keyboard on Mac OS. I don't know if it's still there. Actually, ooh, that's... So I'm not gonna... Good night, cat. I'm not gonna finish this right now. Instead, I'm gonna discuss something I find interesting about Chinese, not just making a custom keyboard. Yeah, get better next. Anyway, Chinese keyboards. So there's pinion, stroke. Okay, that's then Julian and handwriting is not that important. But there it is. And then Cangjie. Why are you using a Chromebook? That's the real question. Okay, so do you know much about Chinese keyboards next? I'm just gonna ask this before I go off on my little rant about how interesting this is. It's cheap and useful for notes in school. That is fair. That is very fair. Though a cheap iPad is about the same price and more powerful and more useful. Actually, wait, let me just... It's been like 4 years since I bought this iPad. I could be completely wrong. I'm probably completely wrong. That is fair, but Google is worse. Google is so much worse. Like, I hate Apple too, but I'm also been in their ecosystem for years at this point, so kind of locked in. But yeah, okay. And then Chromebooks are actually probably a cheaper deal because they're so bad. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, a Chromebook for note taking might be the better idea. The hardware is Lenovo, that is acceptable. That is fair. I would say Lenovo is still not the best because it depends on which Lenovo product you get. Like some of the products are quite good, and then some of them are quite uh, unreliable. Yeah. Well, at least it's not Windows, because God knows nobody should be using Windows at this point. If you're using Windows and not Linux, you are a lost cause. And I'm not saying switch from Windows to Apple. I'm saying switch from Windows to Linux specifically. Because you're leaving Windows for its practices. Don't go to Apple because they're still slightly better, but they're still evil. Just go to Linux. Like, anyway, so let's see if I still remember these inputs. So except it's becoming so. I'm not going to argue this for much longer because I am not that much of a tech guy. It's just Windows policy and whatnot have been so shit that I literally decided I am fine just not using them until a good Linux machine comes out. Linux does take effort, but not that much. It depends on which system you use. Anyway, I'm done talking about that. So there's a few input methods for Chinese. The most popular one is obviously Linux. Is obviously pinyin. So you type out the syllables using Latin characters, and it gives you the stuff. It doesn't matter if to type tone, though you can hit tab to specifically call specific tones and characters with that tone. But overall, you just need to type in the consonant and vowel. However, what's neat about this is that they have added in some shortcuts. So this spells out, this says, wo on me, or I like you. But I can just hit the start of them, and this phrase is said so often that it just auto completes it. So you just have to type the first, the consonants, the onsets, which is very useful. But on top of that, you could also do a stroke order. So if I wanted to write this, but I don't know how to pronounce it, which is what is the case for a lot of people outside of who don't speak Mandarin. It's like this is very much based on Mandarin. And then for people who don't, let me go to another Mandarin input one is Juyin, which is used in Taiwan, where they use the tradition local characters for this. So if I wanted to write Guo, country, God, I don't remember my Julian. I have. Okay, yeah. Guo, and then you have to type the tone, however, for this one. Bopomorpho. Yes, it's bopomorpho. You have to type the tone for this one. So like if I wanted to write Zhong, yeah, Zhong flat, and then Guo, China. I just type it out here, but I have to add the tones. What's best for Julian, though, is that the neutral tone is not taken as default. You have to actually type out the neutral tone. So if I wanted to write 什么, the word for what, it would be 什. I can't remember what. One sec. Okay, I see. So yeah, you write the neutral tone before the thing. So it's shun, and then is and then yeah, neutral tone. Okay, so but that is for specifically Mandarin speakers. For a lot of people who don't speak Mandarin, unless you're Cantonese, and you could use Jutping, which is just basically pinyin but for Mandarin. Do they have Cantonese input on Mac yet? God, why is my thing breaking so badly? Cantonese traditional. Okay, so it does seem like they have Jutping. Okay, but for non-Mandarin speakers, there are a few methods to get the right characters. The first method is just to write out the characters using this kind of stroke notation. Oh, and it's autocorrecting for me. Look at that. I didn't have to type anything and it chose the next characters that I might want to use. So that's stroke order. But then there's also a fascinating system, and I think the first system actually devised for writing is the component system. So if we look at the character for I there, it is composed of a hand and a weapon, which means we can probably write it by breaking it down into these components. Except that's not those components, because why not? Honestly, this one takes the most effort for anyone to learn, I think, because it is so difficult to learn, but it breaks the characters down into their individual components, and you use those components to build a character. Like if we, what is the breakdown? War again. Oh, I see. So yeah, it has a dot, which is represented by the bamboo radical, on top of a hand next to a weapon, and then you can write it like that. And then it does the same autofill feature. Boom. Oh, and then if you hit Z, it actually tells you what parts come up next. So T square. I completely forgot about that. And then bamboo. No, it's going to be that one followed by a square. And then limits the ones, it limits it to 4 components. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It's just difficult to learn, especially for a non native speaker or someone who doesn't use Chinese components all that often. But okay, how does one, oh, right, because sometimes it makes the weirdest breaks. It's like, notice how that is composed of, it's composed of the first and last components. So, yeah, okay. So this character here is composed of bum, 2 squares, and that. But if I wanted, which there we go. So that makes that. But if I wanted to write this, I would cut out the 2 middle parts because it's a component of another character. And then I would make the last character yes. Yes. Okay. Yeah. The reason I say this was the first input method for Chinese, I do believe. And if you think that's interesting, there's this thing called the Minghua typewriter, which was never actually put into function, never actually used because the creator, the manufacturing cost of it would have been Mingquai, would have been too expensive to actually make. This is a typewriter designed for uh, typewriting Chinese characters, and it borrowed actually a very similar method of component usage and the way it would work. So like, this is the old typewriter. You would go along and you'd pick the character, you'd put down, pick up, print, and put back down. This was what most people did, and it was laborious. But what this thing did, oh, you can see part of it here, is it had 8 cylinders based on the components. So you'd have the 8 main components. You'd hit the first component and it would bring up the cylinder. You'd hit the second component, it would turn the cylinder to that. And you can look through a little magnifying glass on the typewriter to then pick out one of 8 possible components. So yeah, top keys are and bottom keys. It was an engineering marvel that was lost to history years ago. Oh, ooh, does this explain it? Ooh, I should read that. Damn it. Yeah, 203. In a small plastic window, the 8 characters matching those criteria would show up. The user would press a numbered button on the bottom that matched the character they wanted. It is. There's the image. So yeah, it was intricate, and apparently cost this guy his entire fortune to create, and nobody wanted to uh, pick it up and produce it because it would have been so expensive. But either way, with that, it also had the ability to type new characters. That's actually really fascinating. So, a lot of the time, characters, because they're literally carved into stone or encoded in data, you cannot make new ones. New ones can only be created through handwriting. But because this thing had a special, there's an entire wiki for it. Yeah, but it could also had the ability. That's impressive enough. But as I was saying, it has the ability to create new characters. Yeah, see, it has component parts. What that means is that you could type one component and then a second component that don't have any known characters with each other, and you'd get a new character. It's, I kid you not, I would kill to have one of these. It is such an impressive piece of mechanical engineering. And apparently it worked beautifully. Like, absolutely. Why does it keep bringing me back to the same Wikipedia wiki page? But yeah, with this, I'll leave the stream here. I think that's a very good stopping point. It's a very interesting one. And until next year, in about a month, I bid you all, especially you next, adieu.